Vintage charm doesn't only exist in antique stores, sometimes you find it on the open road. My mom and I recently got our kicks on historic Route 66, so come along and see what vintage treasures we found. Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer. Welcome to Antiquing Adventures, where I share the vintage treasures I find in thrift stores and antique malls. Thanks for coming on this adventure with me. Route 66 was established in 1926 and runs from Chicago, Illinois to Santa Monica, California. Probably the most famous road in America, it goes by several nicknames, most predominantly the Mother Road, as dubbed by John Steinbeck in his novel The Grapes of Wrath. While portions of Route 66 were replaced by the interstate system, much of the original road can be found along with historic restaurants, motels, and roadside attractions along the way. My adventure took me along I-55, which replaced parts of the original route, to Litchfield, Illinois, and the surrounding area. If you've ever traveled I-55 near Litchfield, you have passed this antique mall, well known for the giant pink elephant statue. This mall is located in a former high school building, and in addition to the pink elephant, you'll find statues of other animals and even this spaceship with some headless mannequins inside. Not sure about the story on the mannequins, but if you know, comment below. Marilyn Monroe and some vintage barber and hair salon chairs greeted me at the entrance. Check out the front of this old Plymouth that holds up the front desk, complete with working headlights. This place is packed wall to wall with so many treasures that it's hard for me to share specifics with you all. They had the usual Pyrex, linens, glassware, blah, blah, blah. The point is, people, this lady was there with her pet monkey. Meet Yodi, who was very chill and let people pet her. I can't remember her breed, but meeting her certainly stands out as a top memory among my many adventures. A 50s style diner is attached to the mall where you can enjoy the usual diner food or ice cream with the Blues Brothers or Elvis Presley. However, it was a hot day and they don't have air conditioning, so we decided to head on to our next destination. We stopped in Mount Olive to check out Soulsby's service station, opened in 1926 by Henry Soulsby. It was run by the same family until 1991, only selling Shell gasoline, and is currently a museum. I didn't realize it was open, so I didn't go in, but it was worth a stop just to see this cute historic nugget. At this point, we were getting hungry, so we headed out on 66 itself to Litchfield. Many travelers used this road in other states during the Dust Bowl migration, and families in the 1950s often drove it towards their summer vacation destinations. If you're in Litchfield, be sure to stop at Ariston Cafe, which, as of this video, is celebrating 100 years in business and is on the National Register of Historic Places. Originally located in Carlinville, the owners moved to Litchfield when 66 was rerouted, and it has remained in this location since 1935. Going inside, you can see so many cool original features, including the cabinets behind the register, vintage tabletops, and these fluorescent lights at each booth, although they no longer work. I ordered spaghetti, which was reasonably priced and delicious comfort food for a rainy day. On a side note, if you're not from the Midwest and you travel here, be sure to get a tenderloin sandwich. These sandwiches feature a slice of pork that is pounded paper thin, battered, and fried. They're a regional specialty, and some are as big as the plate. Back to the Ariston. Don't miss the case full of mouth-watering desserts. I got one that day and came back the next day to pick one up to go. Across the street from the Ariston is a museum dedicated to Route 66 and Litchfield history. The outside looks like an old car dealership from the 30s or 40s, but in fact, this was built sometime in the past 10 years and just made to look old. They also kept the old sign from the gas station that was originally here. We were impressed with the quality of this museum. There's tons of information here and really cool pieces to see. Lots of old pictures of what local stops on 66 used to look like, as well as some local military history. Someone even donated their collection of license plates dating back to the early 20th century. The next day, we planned to go to another local historic eatery, Jewbelts, which has been around since 1922. They must be good because the line wrapped around the restaurant and all the tables were full. So we opted to keep looking and ended up at Tosi's Route 66 Cafe. I'm not sure how historic this diner is, but they had a good, affordable breakfast and friendly service. In Illinois, at least, you'll find these markers at various historic locations on the route that give a bit of information on what makes the location important. So keep an eye out for those. We enjoyed our time in Litchfield. There's so many historic things to see just in this little section of Route 66. I can't imagine how long it would take to travel the entire route if you stopped at all the historic places. Oh, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention that farther north in Springfield, there are more historic landmarks to see, including the diner where the corn dog was invented and Lincoln's home and tomb. I've included a link in the description that provides all the history of the Mother Road as well as what to see along the way. If you've traveled any of Route 66, what was your favorite attraction? Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know what vintage treasures you'd like me to feature in the future. If you liked this video, make sure you follow the adventure by subscribing and hitting the notification bell. See you on my next adventure.